Hey guys, it's me Tiffany, welcome back to my channel. Today we're watching episode 4 and 5 of Spare Me Your Mercy. I was not able to avoid any spoilers, so I got a few here and there. It's on Wednesday. It's stressing me out so much on Wednesday, and then I saw some spoilers. And when I say spoiler, it's photos of certain scenes with like captions, and I'm like, ooh, okay, not like full scenes. So like, do I know the full context of anything? No. But I like on Wednesday, I was freaking out. I was like, I defended this man so hard for the past 3 episodes, and he's the killer. Like, bro. And then episode 5 came out, and like they were like all cute and stuff again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, honestly, like the spoilers aren't really spoilers because I feel more confused now with those scenes. And I'm like, what is going on? What the fuck is going on? And the whole like handcuff scene, like my man, you need to chill the fuck down, crazy. So yeah, I'm excited to see this episode. Well, these 2 episodes. Excited is not the right term. I'm nervous. I'm genuinely nervous. Like, we're past the halfway point. We're past the fucking halfway point. I don't know. I just genuinely don't know. And then I went back to rewatch the first 3 episodes again, and I think at the end of the day, I was trying really hard to figure out a way for this show to have like a happy ending. And the best way I came up with was that Khan didn't kill Tu's mother. That's what I said in episode 3's reaction. But I went back to watch it, and I don't think that's the case anymore. I feel like he has to have killed her, because there's this like scene from the trailer, I think, that I saw somewhere floating around. It's a photo of like Gun kind of crying, so I was like, oh shit. I think that's when like he finds out, when he tells him that he was the one who assisted his mother and everything. I think, that's the feeling that I was getting. I was like, shit, I'm still gonna defend him that he's not the murderer of like the other 2 people, but I think for the mother, I think it's him. I think it's him now. But yeah, whatever. I'm stalling right now because I'm so nervous with the show. We're gonna watch it. So without further ado, let's watch episode 4 and 5 of Spare Me Your Mercy.
วันนี้เป็นอีกวันที่โคตรจะเซ็งแต่คุณเป็นสิ่งที่ดีที่สุดของวันนี้นะ
Oh my god. You know what I think? I think this man is gonna like...
ผมทายย้ายนะ
Oh, I thought he was gonna say something else.
กินเค้กมั้ย
ใช่ไหมครับ
Yeah.
ยังไงครับคุณหมอ
ผู้กองวสันต์ครับ
His reaction, he's like, what the fuck?
ผู้กองจะให้ผมพูดเองหรือว่าผู้กองจะพูด
He has no idea what to think right now.
หมอกันอยู่ที่บ้านจริงครับ
He's like, what is going on? I'm going crazy.
ของหมอกับผู้กองวสันต์ก็จะไม่มีปัญหาอะไรนะคะ
Bro, don't threaten him. Do not threaten him like that.
แต่ว่า
หมอคะหมอต้องเชื่อพี่
I know how we talk about how manipulative Gun is. This girl is equally as manipulative. Like, okay.
ตำรวจมายุ่งกับเรื่องนี้
อะไรต่ออะไรเยอะแยะไปหมด
Oh, he just didn't want to believe it's actually... Oh, he loves him. He cares about him. But the evidence all points. See that earlier, this is going back. Oh, stop. Oh my god, I can't. It's happening. I'm gonna cry. Oh, it's like he trusted him. He's tried so hard to maintain his trust and believe in him. But at the end of the day, and the biggest point is, he said, I won't be angry if you don't lie, if you tell the truth. And this is what he's trying to, like, this is like, that was like a foreshadowing for what's gonna happen here, where like, at the end of the day, things happened just like Gun has said, but at the end, it's the bathroom thing that he continued to lie about. And I think if he said it like exactly what happened in that situation, that's like he attacked me and all this kind of stuff, But like I know he didn't. The reason why he didn't say it is because if he had explained why did he attack you, what you guys were talking about, and it's gonna lead to like the whole like I performed suicide on my old professor of resident, and he was angry because they were lovers. You know that opens up a whole can of worms of things. Obviously, that's not good for him, and so the bath. But like, oh my god. So like he has to maintain that lie, but like, you know, he tries so hard. Look at that face. How could you lie to that face?
กุญแจมือนี่ก็เซ็กซี่ดีนะทิว
This is what I saw. You know, when I saw this, I fucking saw this on Twitter. I laughed out loud because this man is crazy. He's fucking crazy. What do you mean? Sexy. Sir, you're being suspected of murder. And you're like, he's sexy. Like, oh my gosh. He's so crazy. And scene. He's like, and scene. Because like once again, like the way he kind of like talked about their relationship never really like fit, you know? The like lover kind of thing. He's like, I'm doing gay for pay.
ถ้าผมไม่รู้จักเขาดี
I think that like I don't want to talk about it because I'm gonna forget it later. I thought it was gonna be end, so I didn't really say anything. But I think it is. I think my perspective on life is that life is only a life when you can live painlessly and you know you can actually live. And individuals who like, I don't agree with what Boss said and what he's doing, and I just like my kind of like interpretation of the way he thinks compared to the way Gan thinks. I think it's totally different. I think Boss is like, it's making everybody suffer and making that having a terminal illness is making everybody's life miserable. So ending that will make everybody happier. In the idea of like it's a burden. Like I think he sees terminal illness as a burden, and that's why he chooses to kill certain people and you know stop their lives. And that I don't believe is correct. But for Gan is that like, you know, these people are at the end of their life. They're suffering in tremendous amount of pain. Probably can't get out of bed, just laying there stuck in machines for 24 hours a day, you know, where it's not really a life, it's just you plugged into a wall. Your heart is beating. You're not really there. You can't really enjoy it. You're suffering with the pain all the time. And what he's doing is when these people are still conscious, so that's why a lot of the for the mother, Duuska mother, and even the guy that we saw before, is where like they were projected to 2 to 3 months before they were you know, like amount of time they had left, is that at around this time these people's body is not like, their brain is still functioning and they're still conscious, you know, their body's not fully shutting down yet, and they are able to have these conscious thoughts and say like, okay, if I have the option to do assisted suicide, I will do it. And he asks all these questions. I think the biggest example for me to show that like Gan is doing this out of the belief and the moral that life is not really life when you're stuck in bed and in so much pain. So he goes and asks all these questions like, are you consciously aware of what you're doing? Nobody's coercing you into doing this, etc. And all these questions he asked from that episode and all that, and it's like, okay, we're gonna do this, and you know what's gonna happen if I give you this medication, right? And he does that, and they are able to kind of become at peace with their life. So that's the difference. I think I see a clear difference between what's wrong and right, and that's morals, that's ethics, I think. Law, on the other hand, yes, it's different. I think we have morals, ethics, and laws are 3 separate things. I talked about this before. And legally, yes, what Gan is doing is murder because it's killing somebody, and then so like if he gets caught once again, if he has to serve time and follow the laws. But morals is what he believes, and ethically, yes, I think like doctors abide a rule of like not causing harm, but like to what extent? I know I have my own ethics that I have to follow as a training therapist, a student therapist. I have rules that I follow and X follows, and we learn about these kind of things of like what is wrong, what's right, and what is the rules that we have to follow. And it's a lot of that's also one thing that he's doing. At the same time, his morals are what he believes, and his beliefs sometimes is different from what other people's believe, like the boss, and like boss and the director. And for director, I just don't want the whole like everybody deserves to live, that they should have like once again, even if that life is horrible, like that's not living. And then the whole thing about abortions. And I'm not gonna get into that, but my opinions are pretty strong about abortions, so yeah.
ทำไมรวยจัง
ความจริงที่บ้านผมเป็นบริษัทขายเครื่องมือแพทย์นะ
Ooh, not a rich
ผมเป็น
man.
ลูกชายคนเดียว
Oh, he is rich.
นี่ที่รักรู้ไหมว่าคุณตกถังข้าวสารแล้ว
He called it Tilak.
ชายคนเดียว
Let me hear it again.
นี่ที่รักรู้ไหมว่า
Look at his reaction. Look at his reaction. The brows.
เราเจอของนี่ตกอยู่ข้างเตียงค่ะ
But this is so like you can easily clear this up. Like it's so easy to clear. Like it's so obvious that it's not him, because he lost the pen before she died. Because she died midnight yesterday. Bro, guys. Okay, I'm not as worried anymore. Because, like, this is easy. Easy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. The tears in his eyes. Oh my god, it is her. Shit. Fuck. It is her. Okay, because, like, I was looking at the walking. And Boss, the way that Boss walks, it looks like there's a slight limp. So that's why I went back earlier to see the walk. And I don't think I even considered looking at the height difference. I was like, oh, because it's the way that at the really end, right before Gun went up the stairs, oh, it looked really suspicious. I was like, could it be her? And I kind of was suspecting her, as she was like, she keeps pushing this, like, should we just tell her? Should we tell her? Even, like, should we tell her? Situation here, I'm like, oh, the more, like, even in episode 4, I was like, she's kind of suspicious, because she was, like, gaslighting him about a lot of things, too. It's like, we need to still do this, and do this, and do this. So it's like, fuck, it's her. And I think now that I'm knowing that, I think that it's her, like, more evidence that's her doing all these killings, is that I think what Boss was really is that he truly saw Gun as an idol. And he didn't kill these people. I think these people were killed by all of them. Oh, not all of them. Like the ones that like were obviously not Gun. I think because I think what happened was he's got up the stairs. He saw like his idol being hurt and stuff like that. He's like, you can't do that. That's not okay. Like, don't do that. And then and all the things happened, and the reason why he's protecting his idol, and maybe he's aware of what they've been doing the whole entire time, and he's a pharmacist, so it was easy for him to have potassium chloride in his possession. So I don't think he murdered them. I thought they were for a moment there, like when it was happening, but like now looking back, it doesn't seem like it was him. And it is more logical that like he was able to, instead of like other ways of dealing with it, he chose to kill the director instead, because like I don't think there's full love. I think he's used him, and their relationship, their dynamic is not pure love. So like I think it was more plausible that he was able to kill him. and stuff like that. Especially that scene where like he had cried a little bit in front of the police station, and he kind of like, you know, he's like scene kind of moments there. So yeah. And yeah, it does make sense that because like she's very adamant about like, you know, letting go of the sufferer. She's like, she watched them suffer and stuff like that. And in her morality, it's slightly different. I think it's the same direction as Gun, but like it's slightly different where like she doesn't like how they're suffering, and like, you know, she deserves each person have their own right to do it and everything. She's like, she gotta do it. She got like, when she realizes this person is suffering, she's like, I gotta get them out of misery right away, right now. Like, you can't wait another day kind of situation here. That's why she keeps adamant, like, can we tell her? Should we tell her? Should we tell her? Every time they're talking. And I think Gun at one point will do the suicide, but I'm gonna just use the terms. If you feel uncomfortable with it, I apologize, but it's just easier for me because like I'm a student who studies psychology and clinical psychology specifically, and a lot of the time we are trained to say specific words outright for like risk assessments and stuff like that. So like for me, and also just like it just, you know, I thought about it over like because like in episode 2 and 3's reaction I kind of centered myself, but it's hard to censor myself because like I'm like running through a lot of thoughts in my head, and it's like, you know, you're already here watching the show. This novel is called Euthanasia, so it's like I just feel like censoring just seems an extra step that I don't think I really need to take if you're watching the show already. But yeah, back to my thing is, I think what was I? Oh, Gan, I think will do it at one point after the wedding, or whenever he feels like, you know, they've accomplished everything that she wants in life and stuff like that. And I think the biggest part for me is like choosing this day definitely wouldn't be in Gan's kind of choice if he was gonna do it, if he was a murderer, you know. I think he himself being gay in a relationship with a man, or wanting to be in a relationship with a man, and just like seeing that, and like the biggest part it brought up me, like touched me so hard. I think the reason why I think Gunn kind of cried a little bit too is that like he's like, you know, the law has passed, or like the law's passing, and like we can finally get married, or something along like I'm gonna marry you kind of situation here, that like you know, like I think being in the LGBTQ community, like you being recognized and like being that before you passed away, I think was such a touching thing that like she talked about. So it's like, yeah, I don't think Gunn would do it in that perspective too either. And that's just like a in a different lens as well too why he didn't do it, but also that I think like he knows not to push. It's like he gives a suggestion, an option that she can take, but she's not gonna push it. Not like Oha has been pushing it. I think she pushes it a lot more, which goes to the fact like changes between like their choices and their path of like what is right, what is wrong. So there's that. Yeah. But like next episode is okay. Like I'm like more chill about this, but so like I don't have that urge to buy the novel anymore as much. But maybe like through the week I might. I don't know. If next week I come out here and say that I read the novel, I apologize. I know I was trying so hard, and whatever. Okay, don't judge. Do not judge me, okay? I have it's hard. It's so hard. Yeah. Yeah. It's really nice. I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. I think JJ's acting is just phenomenal. I think these emotions. I love his like facial expressions. It's the best. He just so much. Sometimes he's really annoying too. Okay, he's so annoying sometimes too. He's like, his facial expressions so funny. And I think like Tarek does a really great job being like, these are really great at facial expressions, which like, are we surprised? Nadal, are we surprised? Oh my god, dude, I have to apologize to Junior because I had no clue Junior was also a Nadal actor before he joined at GMMTV. So I was naming all these famous actors, and these like actors from Nadal doing a great job, and I'm like, oh my god, Junior is in perfect liner right now. Sorry, man, I'm so sorry, but yeah. Yeah, like, these 2 are phenomenal actors. Like, their acting really puts it into another level, I think, of portraying what the author wanted to portray and the emotions that the screenwriter wants to portray as well, too. So, round of applause to them. As always, phenomenal. Okay, I was just looking through TikToks, and this comment that I was like, wait, this does make a lot of sense. Like, I do still have my suspicion on the nurse because of the previews, but also previews never really give us anything. But they were saying that the coroner might be the one, because she is always really eager to do her job, and that, like, you know, coroners aren't really needed in a small town because most of the deaths are natural. There's not really suspicion of like murders until recently with this whole like case, right? I was like, wait a minute, that brings me the thought of like, what if she's jealous of Dr. Kun? That's why she's using kind of the same method of like assisted suicide that he is doing for like a good cause, right? Because she's jealous of him because he gets the praise and like the love and the support, and like, you know, he's a good looking man who is doing a really great job as a doctor. Everybody loves him and stuff like that. And she's like, I'm also a doctor, but I'm not getting appreciated because I'm a coroner. You know, like, that's a plausible idea, right? I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Now, like, that brings more suspicion to me. You know, I was like, my suspicion of her is not as strong as most people, I guess, because like I just don't see a necessity of her. But like, that's the point. I don't see a necessity of her. She probably feels the same way. Like, I don't feel like I'm loved or supported in this community. How do I get love and support? By being needed. So she does the murder, she's needed, and now she's like all here, but like, I'm this amazing coroner who is figuring out all these like reasons why this person died, and I can help solve murders and stuff like that. So plausible. So fucking plausible. So yeah, that's pretty much for my reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my social media link down below. See you next time. Bye.